210 seconds to on air. This is like rocket launching, na? Yeah.
But you have to decide who should sit on it. Producer only, definitely.
In 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll clock.
3 minutes to live.
If somebody can give a comb to this gentleman here.
To the producer?
No, the one on cam 2.
Okay.
Okay.
कोई तो भगवान के नाम पे रनडाउन दे दो यार. Two and a half minutes to on air. 2.5 minutes. Two minutes to on air. 2 minutes, slightly under that.
Your today's schedule also, no? $100 seconds.
Sananda, I don't know if you're getting our director's high-tech count. You are. 90 seconds now. She must be thinking, what's new in that? You also must be thinking.
Last minute.
A minute to live, a minute. Just under a minute. $45 seconds.
BRC4. You keep on G to start with. Beyond whoever is it on G.
Half a minute.
Third is Rashid.
20 seconds.
BRC3 beyond E. Yeah. The guy on E is standing third coming into the finals.
Stand by everyone. Live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live.
Out. Seconds to Q Sunanda.
Cycling your way to health, that's the way it should be. And when you're doing that at India Gate and the seat of our government, it should be double the fun. And of course, referring to the heart of our transportation, here is a glimpse of the New Delhi railway station and our road transport and the very impressive metro and our Indian flag flying high on the Lal Killa. This, of course, is the Tughlakabad Fort. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, the Dr. Karni Singh shooting ranges. And you're watching the 8th Asian Airgun Rifle Championship. Day 3 of live action coming to you from Dr. Karni Singh shooting ranges. And, of course, you're watching the 8th Asian Airgun Championship. Of course, 14 countries which are vying for the first place podium finish. My name is Sunanda Wong. And let's get ready to rock and
Where's the super?
shoot. Let's take a look at the first day's
Okay,
schedule.
out.
A lot of
Ready,
events have
blue?
happened since morning 8:30,
Okay,
but the
take blue,
marquee
put it, please.
event, which is about to happen, will be going live at 4:30, and that is going to be the exciting contest between the men in the 10-meter air pistol. That's going to be fantastic, live on Star Sports.
Out. Ready,
Do
three?
clue in.
Take three.
Now, it is indeed my privilege once again. Now, we've had him
Okay,
for the
nice and
past
easy
few
zoom
days.
out.
We've had the benefit, of
Three,
course,
nice and
of
easy
his
zoom out.
expertise and of his perspective. The world champion 2006
to you.
trap,
said
Manavjeet
three.
Singh Sandhu. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, we have gold medals, Commonwealth
Ask him to turn this side.
2006, Ronak Pandit. First up, Ronak, I'd like to ask you a question. We, of course, will go into a more detailed discussion about pistol versus rifle. But in one sentence, if you could sum up for
Ready
me,
to?
what is the biggest difference between air pistol and air gun?
Name,
Air
please.
rifle, you use two hands. One is used for stability and the other to press the trigger. Whereas in pistol shooting,
Loose.
you use just one hand for stability and pressing the trigger. That would be the one main difference.
So one hand, two hand.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now, I'd like to ask you, you've often called your category trap as the F1 of shooting. What is your opinion of pistol?
Cam to change to the
You know,
red,
we
ready
always,
to?
this is a sort of a joke that we have amongst
Ready
ourselves,
to?
amongst the shooters,
Zoom in
that
little,
trap,
wider,
which is a shotgun
ready to,
event,
take
is
two.
considered to be the
Super.
Formula One of all shooting sports, and I stand by that. I think it's a really exciting event, and
can
we'll
zoom
hope
in
that
little
Star
more.
Sports will be able to show it to the public in our
Yes.
next international tournament. As far as pistol is concerned, you know, you have to give the credit to the fact that it's a highly precise, very, very terribly difficult sport, which requires a tremendous amount of hard work off the field. You know, I have
is
seen
the
my
producer
fellow
standing
shooters,
by?
they stand for hours on end doing just,
Okay.
you know, just pointing at a stationary object just to get their, you know,
So now
the
step
stability
back
into
a
their
little,
action.
step-
So
okay.
it's an incredibly talented lot of shooters that get to, you know, really go ahead and win medals for India. So without taking anything away from them, but I'll still say that I prefer trap.
Fantastic. That's an honest man there. One of in our first chat, I remember you saying that a lot of shooters prepare, like have a hermit-like life before a final. But it's different in trap. How about pistol?
You know, I think pistol has a lot more in common with the air gun events in that sense, because
next, is
these
it?
are primarily highly
Preview next.
precise sports, which
Red,
which
stand
you know
by.
require a complete focus, which is not so much so in my event, where you know we have it's an external event. You got
Right.
wind, you got the crowd. So our events are possibly slightly less requirement of this pinpoint sort of focus that these precision events call for. So pistol in that case is also the same. You know, a lot of focus and absolute pinpoint accuracy.
Ronak, with both Jeetu Rai and Gurmeet Singh competing, of course, in this category, what are the medal prospects for India? And both of them, of course, have qualified for the Olympics.
Yeah, see, the fact that they've qualified for the Olympics means that they have been shooting very well. They have enough experience at the highest levels of sport. And I expect both of them to win medal along with Omkar Singh today. All three are extremely experienced. Omkar was the gold medalist right here in 2010. So he has a lot of experience of winning at the same range. And I expect him also to do very well. In the qualification, all three have done well. They are in the finals. But Jeetu obviously has the upper edge as compared to the two, because the number of matches he has played and won, the experience that he comes in with is just the par excellence. And I hope he ends up winning today.
Well, our experts are going to stay with us, but we've
Ready,
been
Red?
keenly following, in fact, kind of stalking all the athletes. Take a look at what they've been up
Roll,
to
Red.
yesterday and how they've been preparing. What is the usual mood before a contest such as this?
It's very tense because, you know, it's again, like Mana said, it's a highly precise sport. You need a lot of precision. There is no dynamic things involved. So you expect people, you will see people sitting in corners, just listening to their own music, trying to get in the zone, trying to just breathe and cut
There
off
we
the
see
pressure.
Jaspal Rana there. Let's talk a little bit about him.
He's been a fantastic shooter. It's great that the junior Indian team has him as their coach. I think he brings in a lot of experience and a lot of expertise, and the juniors have a lot to gain from him, from his experience. Because, you know, shooting well is another thing, and to be able to win, shooting well at a time when it's really required is another. And I think Jaspal is the one person who's best suited for this job, and I feel juniors are really, really lucky to be guided by him.
Fantastic. We, of course, gold medal and a silver winner in the juniors. Tell me once again, Ronak, I would like to know your perspective. What do you think will be our stance in the entire championship?
Ready to?
I think pistol definitely will win most gold medals because our shooters are very strong. Rifle, I think we
Let's
could have
stand
won a
by with
little
the
more,
bumper.
but I think overall we should end up clinching the first podium, first placing in the
It's
medals
about
tally.
till 3 shots.
I hope pistol at least wins up all gold medals. We shouldn't be able to lose even one.
Stay
Fantastic. So it's time to go for a break, but of
Ready,
course, there is a big contest coming up, the 10-meter pistol competition between the men. Don't go anywhere, live action coming up. Take a break.
Roll red. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go break, go break, go break, go break.
2-minute break. 2-minute break. Going very good, Sunanda. Very smooth today.
Position, don't move around, please.
So, again, just to reiterate, 3 Indians have qualified for the finals. Jitu Rai, Gurpreet Singh, and what's his name? Omkar Singh. Yeah. So that's something we mentioned again. So just to remind you, Sunanda, as soon as we come back, we'll have that video on Jitu Rai, the story on Jitu Rai. And after that, you guys can talk about his simplicity, his talent. If you have a sec, if you want, remember that anecdote I mentioned where he said it's very easy, coach ne bola bullseye shoot kar do, maine kar diya. You know? So you can just say we've heard this, whether or not it's true, but you know, there's something about Jitu. We'll have that graphic on Jitu, then the same thing for Gurpreet Singh. And I don't currently have a standalone shot of that Olympic tattoo, but you can talk about it because you've already seen it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, minute back. That's right. Which is only a graphic, no video. Yeah. So about 45 seconds to you. Yeah. Yeah. उसमें कुछ गड़बड़ है और from tomorrow it will be fine. But yes, जहाँ पे भी graphic है वो voice करेगी.
Hello?
30 seconds to you, Sunanda. 30
Hello?
seconds.
Hello? Hello? Huh?
Sunanda coming to in just over 20 seconds. Now 15. Positions, everyone, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we
Roll. In 3, 2, 1. And cue Sananda.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Of course, the big contest is just about inching closer. But before that, a very talented shooter, Jitu Rai, we'd like to talk about that. First, let's look at a VT, at
Ready,
something
Red?
interesting. Let's know a little bit more about
Ready,
that.
Red?
Take it away.
Roll red.
सबसे पहला मैंने 2009 से शुरू किया था, 2009 से एयर पिस्टल। उसके बाद 2013 से मैंने फिर दूसरा इवेंट मैंने पार्टिसिपेट लिया 2013 में, तो उसमें भी बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया। लेकिन मेरा सबसे शुरुआत मैं वहीं मेरा 11GR लखनऊ से मैं शुरुआत किया था। वहाँ मेरा एक कोच है कि सबसे बड़ा मैं उसी की मानता हूँ, GR गरवराज राय। तो उन्होंने मुझे सबसे शुरुआत कराया था कि पोजीशन कैसे करना है और पिस्टल कैसे पकड़ना है। आज मैं बहुत अच्छा उसको मानता हूँ। तो उन्होंने 2009 से मैंने शुरू कराया, तो जैसे उन्होंने मार्गदर्शन देखा तो उसी मार्गदर्शन में चल रहा हूँ और आज मैं यहाँ पहुँचा हूँ। तैयारी मैंने इस चैम्पियनशिप को बहुत पहला से मैं तैयारी कर रहा हूँ कि इस कंपटीशन मेरे लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि हर कंपटीशन महत्वपूर्ण ही होता है, लेकिन ये बहुत और अच्छा कंपटीशन है कि इसमें काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा और जो ओलंपिक के लिए और कंपटीशन हर कंपटीशन में अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस मिल जाएगा। तो इसीलिए मैं इसमें बहुत अच्छा तैयारी किया हूँ। ऐसा होता है ना कि एक्सपीरियंस तो मेरे पास है, काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस है कि मेडल कैसे जीतना है, लेकिन ऐसा भी होता है ना कि अगर एक बार जीत लिया तो वो हर कंटिन्यू जीतते रहेगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है। ये गेम ऐसा होता है कि कभी डाउन कभी अप वो चलते रहता है। इसलिए बोल नहीं सकता है कि मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है तो मैं ही जीत लूँगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है। इस कंपटीशन में मैंने गोल्ड का ही बारे में मैंने तैयारी नहीं किया। मैंने तैयारी इस चीज़ से किया कि मैं बेस्ट दूँ, बेस्ट मतलब सबसे अच्छा मैं बेस्ट इस कंपटीशन को दूँ। मैंने इस तरीके से मैंने सोचा है। और इस हम कभी ये भी नहीं बोल सकता है कि हम मेडल मेरा ही मेडल है, मेरा गोल्ड है, मैं ये कभी सोच भी नहीं सकता है कोई भी। लेकिन हम जो टेक्निक है वो टेक्निक हम पूरा करने की कोशिश करते हैं, और वो टेक्निक अगर हमने सही किया वो ऑलरेडी आ जाएगा।
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and cue Sunanda.
मतलब चैंपियन इन एवरी सेंस ऑफ द वर्ड। और जैसा कि अपने इस छोटे से प्रोफाइल में वो बोल रहे थे कि कभी अप होता है कभी डाउन होता है इस गेम में, प्रकृति सच में आई थिंक प्रकृति का चेंज करने का नियम, दैट्स द ओनली कांस्टेंट रूल। I'd like to ask you, what is his personality like? Simplicity seems to be his most darling virtue, isn't it?
You know, every once in a while and every once in a long while comes along a person who's simply designed for you know what he does. And I can't think of anything else that Jitu could possibly do better than to shoot. And his personality, his nature, his technique, his talent is all designed simply, it seems to me, to shoot. And he's doing just that and doing such a phenomenal job that that he's already an inspiration, hardly being 2 years on the international circuit. The other thing about Jitu is that he is unassuming and simple almost to a fault. You talk to him and you realize that he is absolutely so very humble. Yet I must point out that shooting and winning at shooting requires a killer instinct. You can't simply be very soft and win. So obviously when it matters, he's able to turn on the heat in his own mind and absolutely nail the thing. And for me, it's an oversimplification. I've heard people often say that Jitu he's just got no nerves. I don't think so simple as that. Everybody has nerves, but he has the ability to to perform under nervous tension. Absolutely a phenomenon.
Absolutely a phenomenon. Let's take a look at his foundation and of course his career. Ronak, would you like to talk us through that?
Jitu, yeah, he's won almost every medal that's possibly available except the Olympics, which I hope will happen next year again. And one thing that reminds me about Jitu is once he was talking to me about how he couldn't understand much of what the coach was trying to say. So I asked him, so if you can't understand what the coach is really trying to say, how are you able to manage it? He says, नहीं, मैंने एक बार जो उन्होंने बोला था वो मुझे समझा था बहुत पहले, बस मैं वही याद रख के शूटिंग करते रहता हूँ. So I think that's one thing which is very important, is because he doesn't know too much. There's not too much complication in his shooting. He knows that one technique which works for him. He doesn't try too many things. One thing works for him. He just sticks on to that one thing, and he's getting good results.
So coach ने बोला bullseye, the bullseye it
जो
is.
उसको समझ आया उस वक्त, बस वो उसको याद रहा, and lucky for him.
Fantastic. Let's also talk about another ace shooter, Gurpreet, right here. He's of course also in the final today and also qualified for the Olympics. Manav, would you like to take us through that?
Gurpreet, again a young kid on block who's earned the valuable quota place for India. As you can see, he's won the Commonwealth Games gold. He's also won in both the. And I believe a very interesting fact about him was when he won the quota place a couple of months ago. The day previous to that, in rapid fire, he'd missed out by only one shot. So that in itself, a disappointment like that could set an ordinary shooter down. But he bounced back, and the very next day clinched India's quota place. So that obviously shows that he's got the ability to up the ante when it's required. And I think in front of the home crowd, all of us cheering him on, he and Jitu and Omkar are going to do all of us proud. I hope so too.
Yes, there's a very interesting fact about Gurpreet. I have a tattoo on my wrist. He has a tattoo. He has the tattoo of the Olympic rings. Now, any elite athlete, of course, it is their desire to be at the pinnacle of their sport. But is that crystal clear vision? Both of you gentlemen, if you could
I think so, because let's not forget, he's been predominantly a rapid-fire shooter. And rapid-fire shooter getting Olympic quota in the air pistol, it just shows how focused he is, how determined he is. He has not let any setback put him down. And after he won the Olympic quota in the air pistol, I mean, now I think it's a big confusion for him of what he should be training more. But I think he's doing a great job by focusing on both events. He's shooting great result in both events. And I think probably every time he shoots, he ends up looking at the Olympic rings. That reminds him what he is here to do. And his determination is fantastic. I mean, you have to see him. I think he's one of the favorites today in the finals as well.
And any tattoos coming up for you now?
No, I'm not a tattoo guy. But yeah, I can tell you one thing, tattoo or not, it's in everybody's heart, in the sportsman's heart of the Olympic Games, and we all love that one platform. So all the best for all these boys today.
Well, hope the boys excel.
Red.
Let's take a short break, and it's really going to be short. Take a break, and be right back.
Roll red. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Go break, go break, go break, go break.
On a 2-minute break, 2-minute break. So we'll come back. So Sunanda, this is a segment which has Gyan about shooting from Ronak. So we can begin with, like we discussed, you could say that this is the segment where Ronak is really going to pick your brains about the difference between air rifle and air pistol. And if you want, you can lead straight to the VT because it's a longish VT. Let the VT play, and then we can get into, that part about what is the more difficult event, and even the part about that hyperextension that happens, what you mentioned.
How long is the VT? 5 minutes, is it?
How long is the VT?
5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes and 3 seconds. Okay.
Perfect. So, about 75 seconds left.
So you want it back to back or something?
Which one?
Do with the coming back and immediate.
No. Shield throat.
How long, Vishal?
Because we'll come back only at 18 and the VT is 5 minutes 23. We are supposed to go off air at 22. So she has to throw it immediately.
Okay. Sunanda, the moment we come back, you literally need to say hello and welcome.
Okay, 3 go to a single shot.
Some info about shooting
3 go to a single shot of her.
immediately.
Yeah.
Short on time.
So red immediately after that you should give me that VT, okay? After the bumper. Okay, I'll go to her. Okay, ready, red. Tilt up a touch. Ajay, okay.
Free voice, उधर से ही. 15 seconds, 1-5. 9, 8, 7, 6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll red. In 3, 2, 1. Cue Sunanda.
Thank you very much for joining us live.
Give
You,
me
of course,
that one.
watching the 8th Asian Airgun Championship. Well, the big event is just about to start. But before that, our resident professor of shooting, of pistol shooting in specific, Mr. Ronak Pandit had a little class to give, the Masterclass. Take a
Roll
look.
red.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunanda Wong, and I think I've been intrigued by shooting ever since I saw the magnificent, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great
This is a
Eli
long
Wallach said,
package, yeah.
if you want to shoot, shoot.
Oh,
Don't talk.
dear.
And I think this is my golden ticket. Of course, the 8th Asian Airgun Championship, where
So we go back.
I'm going to be the novice and, of
Okay,
course,
let's
the
go back to
brightest
the
star
back. Coming
in
back
the
to you.
Indian shooting galaxy, the
Sir,
girl
coming
who
back
won
to
the
you. Stay
bronze
back.
medal at the junior
Okay, we'll come
10-meter
back to you.
rifle.
We'll give you the right
Ladies and
mark. Okay, I'm
gentlemen,
coming back to you.
Priyanka
Wait.
Sardangi.
Three,
Ladies and gentlemen, there is, of
one.
course, the champion,
Go,
and
come
here is the
back to
novice.
you. You'll have
First
to
up, I
throw
want to
it
ask
again.
you, I am very, very eager to get my
Okay,
first
come on,
lesson in
yaar.
shooting
Ready,
from the
3,
pro
2,
here.
She's not ready.
Go
yaar.
for
Where
it.
will I go
So
back?
this is an air rifle
She's not ready.
and the caliber is
No,
.177
we'll come
and it
back.
works
She'll
with
have
the
to throw
compressed
it back
air,
to
so that's why
again.
it's called an air rifle.
3.
And this the company of the weapon is Walther, which is manufactured in Germany,
Okay.
and Walther is one of the
Okay.
best weapon
Coming to you,
manufacturers in
Sunanda,
the world.
3,
And German's the
2,
best.
1. Cue Sunanda.
All right, now that was a
give me the
bit
right one.
different. However, Ronak, let's get a little more detail. Let's get this chat going. Let's get a little more detailed version of your first answer that you gave me. What are the major differences between air rifle and pistol?
I think
Ready, two?
pistol is a little tougher than the rifle events, I would say. See, yeah, in rifle you use two hands to shoot. One is used for stability, the other one is for your triggering. So while you're pressing the trigger, the stability hand doesn't have any other job. But in pistol, you're using one hand to do the both things,
No, we
and
have only 2
that's
minutes.
very
We have
tough.
only 2 minutes
Also,
left
in
of
rifle,
talk.
you're using a lot of supportive gear like the shoes, jacket, and trouser. So whether you're shooting in training or in the Olympic Games pressure, the jacket or trouser don't have nerves. Right, they're going to be as steady as possible. But in pistol shooting, we don't use any equipment. So that's why we have the pistol is far more tougher, far tougher than rifle.
That's fantastic. All right. Let's talk a little bit more about shooting in general. I know I've been asking you this question a while now, that why is India performing particularly well? But I want to know more as to, in all the three categories, which one do you think excels more and why?
Well, it's I must say that a lot of it has got to do with the mass that the base that we have to get shooters in. Shotgun has traditionally been a more elitist sport from the Maharaja Kani Singh time. Difficult to acquire ammunition, guns, so on and so forth. The air rifle and air pistol events have been more accessible for the public. So the talent pool was finding it much more easier to be channeled into these events. So the initial successes came with that. But of course, we must not forget that the first World Championship medal that we won was in trap with Maharaja Kani Singh back in '62. So at the moment, I must say that there's a tremendous amount of talent also coming back into shotgun. So all three events have their own difficulties, and Indians and our children and our boys seem to be talented in all three. I've seen some tremendous talent even in my event, and of course we're seeing it here
Yes.
today. So all three events have a solid
where is-
talent base, and
Radford
the
3
federation is
suddenly
doing a
lines
great
have
job
calmed
to
down, yeah?
channel most of it.
So things seem absolutely bright for us.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Fantastic. Things are bright. You take a break and be
Ready,
right
Red?
back. Live action coming up on the other side of the break.
Roll red. 2. Others, all right.
Here, set up for the match. Cameras.
So we'll come back with the start list. Or the event ID, whatever it is, then start list. Yeah. Now give the event ID. We are coming back out of the break. So Raman, it will be the event ID, start list, and then over to the presentation, their official presentation. I checked, no? Even with the run order, I checked, he said it is there.
But who said the duration was 5 minutes 15 seconds?
Commentators standing by.
Yeah? Yeah, this is okay. Yeah.
Fix up. BRC1 fix on Jeet Roy.
15 seconds, stand by. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll red. Stand by commentary. 3, 2, 1. Cue commentary. Put it, please.
Welcome to action on day 3 of the 8th Asian Airgun Championship 2015. Coming to you live from Dr. Karni Singh Shooting Range
Okay,
in New
say
Delhi.
the
It's the
start
final
list, please.
of the men's 10-meter air pistol event. And what a star-studded lineup we've got here. Look at the names. 4 people already qualified for the Olympic Games in Rio 2016 in this lineup. Can't ask for a better final. You've got India's hope, Jeetu Rai there. Don't discount Gurpreet Singh or
Okay.
Omkar Singh in that lineup as well. But
Okay,
don't miss out
introduction
on the
standing
Kazakh shooters as well. The two of them who've got Olympic quotas for next year. In the commentary box, I'm Raman Banot,
Okay,
and a very
introduction,
warm
please.
welcome to Digvijay Singh Dio.
let's go
Of
down to
course,
the
we have the formal introduction of the shooters
Out.
for this final.
India
Ready to?
for the 8th Asian Airgun Championship 2015. For the finals of the 10-meter air pistol men event, on the firing line A,
Fire.
with the best scores 578, an Asian Junior Championship gold medalist, a 23 years old, representing Iran, Safer Safari.
Out. Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 2.
On the firing point B,
2. Fire.
ISSF World Cup silver medalist held in Munich, ISSF World Cup gold medalist, He has won a bronze medal in Asian Games held in Korea, a bronze medal in ISSF World Cup. His best score is 585. Representing India, welcome Jitu Rai.
Ready, take three. Ready, two.
On the firing point C,
Take two. Fire.
with the best score, 586, a silver medal in World Cup, representing Kazakhstan, a 32 years old, we welcome Isachenko.
Out. Ready, three. Take three. Ready, two.
With the best score, 578,
Fire.
a 32 years old, representing Iran. On firing point D, we welcome Muhammad Ahmadi.
Out. Ready, three.
On firing
Three.
point E,
Okay.
a silver medal in World Cup. A silver medal in World Cup held in USA. An Asian Championship gold medalist with the
Okay,
best
two,
score,
steady.
586. The 36 years old, representing Kazakhstan. We welcome
Out.
Yunus
Ready,
Metov Rashid.
Take two. Okay, three. Change your shot. Ready, three.
On firing point
three.
F,
Fire.
a 31 years old, with the best score, 587, winning a gold medal in Commonwealth Games 2010, a silver medal in World Cup held at Sydney, and a bronze medal in Asian Airgun Championship held at Kuwait. We welcome, representing India, Omkar Singh.
Ready, two. Take two. Ready, three. Take three.
With the best score
Fire.
of 584 on firing point G, representing Saudi Arabia, we have a 28 years old. We welcome Ataha Allah Alanazi.
Out. Ready, two. Take two. Ready, three. Steady. Take three.
On firing point
Fire.
H, a 27 years old with the best score of 581, having a world ranking of 22 in air pistol. A 27 years old representing India, we welcome Gurpreet Singh.
Ready, two. Take two. Ready, beauty. Take beauty.
The jury member in
Jury,
charge
jury,
of this
please.
final is Mr. Chandel from India.
Ready, two. Take two.
The chief range officer for this finals is Mr. Syed Wajid Ali from India.
Okay. Ready, beauty. Take beauty. Okay, crossfade cue commentary. Close the PA system mic.
Quick look at the lineups for this final.
Ready,
Top
camera
8
two.
shooters, and really, this is a star-studded field. Can't ask
Yeah.
for more in the men's 10-meter air pistol
Yes,
final
fire.
at the 8th Asian Airgun Championships. And of course, Digvijay, this is really going to be a contest, a lip-smacking
Okay,
one
ready,
again.
two. Take
Yes,
two.
Jitu Rai has actually laid down the
Ready,
challenge in
PRC
qualifying with a score of
Take
583,
PRC
but expect Vladimir Isachenko to actually challenge him. And also,
Ready,
I'm
camera
really
two.
looking forward to
Ready,
see how
camera two.
Gurpreet Singh actually performs, because even though he's a
Ready.
rapid-fire shooter, he actually won his
Ready,
quota for the
camera
Olympic
three.
Games in Rio at in this
Take
event in
camera
10-meter
three,
air
Gurpreet
pistol.
Singh.
Also, Omkar Singh does not have a quota yet for the Olympic Games, so looking ahead
Ready,
to see
PRC
how he
four.
responds and,
Take PRC
and
four.
perhaps gets competition under his belt heading into the Asian Championship next month in Kuwait.
It's an interesting thought there. 8 shooters from India have already got the Olympic quota for Rio 2016. Another few spots up for grabs
Take
in
camera
the
two.
championships coming up in Kuwait next month.
Yes, and the National Rifle Association
Ready,
of India is
PRC one.
expecting at least 12. We
Take
had
PRC
11
one.
last time for the London Olympic Games, and if they get
PRC
more than
three.
that, then it just increases the
Take
chance of
PRC
our
three.
athletes going into an Olympic Games in more numbers, and that means at the moment what you're seeing in Indian shooting, everyone who's
PRC
going
two.
into a competition has a chance to win.
Take
Absolutely.
PRC two.
Now remember, it's 20 shots in the final. The first 2 series will be of 3 shots each to be fired within 150 seconds. .8 from Safari there. Omkar shooting a 10.2, 10 for Gurpreet.
What is
and
Jeetu Rai?
8.6 is what
Jeetu Rai is
Isachenkou's
still
done.
taking his time.
Jeetu Rai taking his time with that first shot. Now he's the pre-tournament favourite. What is he getting? It's a 10.6.
Brilliant.
Brilliant start
Ready,
there for him.
BRC1.
Although Safari is the man who shot a
BRC1, put it.
10.8. But Jeetu in second spot, and that really is your first sighter shot really that you get off.
Yes, and he's someone who's displayed these nerves of steel. Let's not forget, last year he was perhaps one of the best shooters in the world. When he went on this run in June, when he won medals after medals, a gold medal, a silver medal, went and won a quota at the World Championships and won a silver medal, then won the Asian Games gold. So clearly he's someone this year who's not won a medal. He'll be hoping to close out the year.
Well, he's the man to beat
Okay,
really in this.
10.2 again.
Now, what if he
Okay.
managed here? 10.2 for Jeetu Rai in
Ready,
that second shot
BRC1.
that he's got off.
Take BRC1.
Still a minute and 9 seconds
this guy?
left on the clock, remember. So there's a
Safari.
lot of time. Yet we're seeing all
Put it.
shooters get their shots off, 2 shots off
it.
already.
Yes, but very low scores. Apart from Jeetu Rai, who'd got a 10.2, and Isachenkou, who came back with a 10.6. Everyone else had very low scores.
Safari, really. Disappointment for with the second shot. He's come up much better with the third at 10.7 for him. Jeetu Rai, very consistent, gets in at 10.5.
Okay.
That's consistent shooting from
Ready,
the Indian.
BRC1.
Remember, he
Take
qualified
BRC1,
with a
put
score
it,
of
put the side score along with
583,
it.
the highest in the qualification, leading up to the finals, the top 8 making the
Okay.
cut.
And he has the
Super
early
hit.
lead and a pretty dominant lead at the moment, 1.2. And you know, Raman, whatever you shoot in qualifying gets scratched. It's 0. You need a different mentality to shoot the final. And the fact that Jeetu has shot so many finals over the last 2 years is going to hold him in good stead in this final as well.
Absolutely. You talked about how he had that spectacular run in 2014. He won 3 medals of the World
Bottom
Championships
score out.
in
Ready,
9 days. That in
BRC2.
itself was
Take
a record
BRC2.
for Jeetu Rai.
Slightly pan.
He's already been amongst medals. He's got
That is on
a
his
bronze
head. Yeah, do it.
that he picked up this year, and that was in Changwon in the 10
Okay.
meter air pistol World Cup. So that's the only medal that he's got, not the gold or silver that he's so used to seeing.
And perhaps that is good, because once you win the quota so early, he then had a year and a half or 2 years to get himself ready for the Olympic Games. So perhaps he's trying new things. What is important is all through the year he has been in finals. He's been making the cut. So you need to be there and you need to be ready to absorb the pressure, and that's what he's doing.
I remember meeting up with him on the National Sports Day. He's just been awarded with the Arjuna Award as Jeetu Rai, so winning dollars for the country. Shoots a 9.9 in the first shot of the second series. Remember,
Ready,
3 shots to
BRC1,
get off.
Take BRC1, Jeetu Rai.
He's got that first
We
shot
know
off
definitely
quickly, but
do it.
for the first time he's shot under 10. And just feeling a little pressure here.
Put it.
I spoke to
Yeah, why
Jeetu
did
in
you
fact
put the
last
side
year after
one?
he qualified for the Olympic Games, and I asked him, how do you handle pressure? He says, I don't bother about pressure. I just look at the target and think that I need to get a 10 off. That's
Okay.
what, and that, keeping it simple is what has helped Jeetu Rai, because 2 or 3 years back, nobody on this range here knew who Jeetu Rai was.
Okay,
Isachenkou in the
BRC3.
meantime shot a 10.7. That's a
BRC2.
wonderful second
is it?
shot that he's got off
Ready,
as the
BRC2,
Kazakh
take
shooter.
BRC2.
8.9 for Ahmadi. He's falling off the pace.
Put it.
10.5 for Omkar Singh. He's just going unnoticed, but he's getting the target. A 9.3 for Jeetu Rai, his second shot. Vladimir Isachenkou,
Hey, where
though,
is it going?
he shot well. But Jeetu's second shot, as you can see on your picture frames now, 9.3.
Yes, and Isachenkou, as expected from a world number 5, is raising his game at the moment. And Jeetu, perhaps the last 2 or 3 shots have not been as good as he would have expected.
8.6 for Ahmadi. A 9.3 for Omkar.
Jeetu Rai,
Jeetu
10.
shoots a 10 now. So, redemption of some sort. Isachenkou shoots a 9.8. Still a shot left for Gurpreet.
Okay.
He's still on the range.
Ready,
Remember, he's
BRC3,
still
take
looking.
BRC3.
There's time there. 36 seconds still left on the clock.
Okay,
And he
put it,
does
put
get
it.
that shot off. Gets a 9.4 now. Not the ideal shot
Put
from
it.
Gurpreet. Yunus Mitov's got a 10.6 in his third shot.
Okay. Ready, out. Ready, BRC1. take
Fourth
BRC1.
place is, of course, Yunus Mitov.
Okay,
But
do you
Jeetu
have
Rai still in the
shots are
lead.
completed,
A
no?
total of
Give me
60.5
the score,
for
no?
him. His second series wasn't as
Okay,
good as his
he's
first. He got a 31.3
Okay,
in
put
his
it.
first series. Got a 29.2 in his second.
But the worrying sign now is for the 2 Indians in the fray, Gurpreet Singh and Omkar, because we are getting into the elimination shots and they're at some place where they should not be. 58.2, 57.5. 2 shots could actually see them fall on into that
Out.
elimination list.
Ready, BRC1.
Absolutely. Now it'll be
Take
single
BRC1.
shots to be taken within a span of 50
No,
seconds
they have
each.
started already.
These will be crucial because after these 8 shots are done, you'll have the first elimination. And that is what Gurpreet and Omkar would be looking to avoid.
We'll show after this.
10.1 for Jitu Rai, 10.3 for Anandji, 10.4 for Gurpreet, while Omkar's shot on 9.6. Isaachenko gets in at 10.4, so that's a good shot there.
BRC4
Ahmadi
is
gets a
it?
10.1 as well.
Okay,
It's a
ready,
good
BRC4,
close
BRC4,
clustering of shots.
Put it.
Yes, but Omkar still needs to do much better. He just a
put the side score
9.6
also.
and this is the range here where he won a gold at the Commonwealth Games in 2010 with a record. So he does not want to go out in the first elimination phase. Perhaps a bit like Apurvi Chandela yesterday in the women's air rifle.
Yes, but that was 5 years ago, Digvijay. That's the problem. Form and time wait for no one.
Put it.
But as expected, it's a battle at the top between Jitu Rai and Isaachenko.
As Isaachenko, the 32-year-old's very, very experienced. Sefer Safari got off to a strong start, the Iranian.
BRC4 is it? Lose the
Now,
bottom super.
At the moment, he finds himself just slipping down the pecking order.
Is it changed?
And I was rather surprised because we've seen
Okay,
Iran do
ready,
very well in
BRC4,
air rifle,
BRC4,
but they're still not a
put it
dominant
quickly.
force when it comes to air pistol.
Gurpreet's currently in 5th position. In fact, he slipped down to 6th after the second shot that the first shot that he's taken of the 3rd series. 10.4 is what he got there. 10.2 for Alanzi. Jitu gets a 9.7. Look for Isaachenko's shot because this shot could put him in the lead. If he gets a 10.2 or plus, we'll have to wait. 10.6 for Gurpreet in the meantime, and 9 for Isaachenko. So he's blown the chance of having an opportunity to move into the lead.
Yes, he had that one chance, but he did not take it. But Omkar Singh at the moment can still survive because he's going to be in a shoot-off with the Iranian. Ahmadi, one of them will survive this elimination. It now depends on how he handles the situation. He knows he has one shot, put everything into that one shot and live to fight another day.
Yes, they both tied on scores at 77.5 each. Omkar and Mohammad Ahmadi of Iran. So he's into the shoot-off now.
Out after this shot.
One of these two, of Omkar and Ahmadi,
Stay there with the
will have to bid this final adieu.
ready, BRC3.
And that last series wasn't good for Isaachenko. The good news for India and the Indian team is that Jitu Rai has extended his lead over his biggest rival, who's fallen to 6th.
Look at the focus, the concentration writ large on his
But
face.
we don't have a split, nah.
What does he manage? Gets a 9.9. What does Ahmadi get? He gets a 10.1, which means that Ahmadi will stay on, while that is going to be the end of the road for Omkar Singh in this final.
Okay, ready, BRC3. BRC3, put his score.
He will be disappointed. He will be disappointed because he's made his way back into the Indian team this year. Last year, it was all Jitu Rai and Prakash Nanjappa who had taken over. And one felt that the transition in air pistol had happened. It happened once when Jaspal Rana passed it on to Samresh Jung. And then for a brief period, there was no one. Then Omkar took over. And then it was Jitu Rai, Nanjappa and Gurpreet. But Omkar making a comeback, but yes, not his day.
So the gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games in 2010 is the first shooter to be eliminated in this final, the 10-meter air pistol event for men.
Out. Ready, BRC3. Take BRC3, put it, please.
What's good for India is that Jitu is still in the lead, Jitu Rai of India. But there is competition from Isaachenko, there is competition from Yunus Mitov. Yunus Mitov currently in 3rd place, the Kazakh shooter. Safari gets a 10.6 in the meantime.
Jitu Rai 9.2.
And Alanzi gets a 9.7. Yunus Mitov 10.6.
And Jitu Rai with a 9.2 has slipped. He slipped to 3rd in fact, and it's the Iranian, a surprise leader in this 10-meter air pistol final.
That's the beauty of this format in the finals, that things can turn around so quickly.
Omkar is going out.
Yes, in fact, Raman, Jitu led by 0.7 with that shot. He's actually trails the leader by 0.7.
No, where will Mohammed? Mohammed will be getting out next. BRC2.
Now.
Okay, right. Okay, lose the bottom super. Ready, BRC2.
Pressure here on Ahmadi.
He is waiting.
Because he is on the borderline.
No.
He survived one. Let's see if he can survive twice. But a full point between him and the pre-match favorite, Isachenko.
Alanzi gets a 8.7, 9.6 for Jeetu Rai. Safari shooting a 10.5. Yunusmitov gets a 9.1. Isachenko gets a 10. Ahmadi gets a 9.4, which means that the second shooter to get eliminated from this final will be Mohammad Ahmadi of Iran.
Okay, ready BRC2?
Yes, but at the
Take
top of the
BRC2.
leaderboard
Okay.
is the other Iranian, Safari. No one saw this coming, and his lead is 1.7, Raman.
Ready camera 2?
Yes, while it's grief for one Iranian shooter, it's joy for the other at the other end of the spectrum because he's in the lead. But that's the end of the road for Mohammad Ahmadi. Eliminated, the second shooter to be eliminated in this final.
Out. Ready 4. Take 4, put it.
And this competition seems to be turning out as India versus Iran. Every final we've had has been India or Iran in for the gold or silver.
Yes, barring that women's 10-meter air rifle event yesterday where the Singaporean stole everyone's
he?
thunder.
Okay.
Sefer Safari
Out.
Borujeni of
Ready,
Iran
BRC1?
currently in the
Okay,
lead,
put
and he
it
shot
score, please.
very well indeed.
Safari is the leader.
The 23-year-old had a qualifying score of 574,
Put it.
but he's put that behind him and is shooting excellently in the final.
Yes, perhaps the pressure of shooting at home in front of all these fans for the first time is telling on Jeetu Rai, because that nothing can explain why he's suddenly gone off the pace.
10.
Gets a 10 now.
10.6.
Safari gets a 10.6. 9.1 for Isachenko, the other pre-tournament favorite.
Okay, Jeetu Rai,
Jeetu
please.
still stays in second, but the lead is slowly and steadily increasing
Okay,
for
ready,
Safari of Iran.
Take BRC1.
Yes, and this is going to hurt, because
please.
once you
Yeah.
enter those final 3 or 4 shots,
Put the side
if you
score
already
also.
have a lead of 2, it's not always that your opponent is going to concede. Like yesterday we saw how Ionica Paul lost it in the 17th and 18th shots, but it's not going to happen all the time. And I'm surprised that Jeetu scores are just 10, while the Iranian, under no pressure, is going out there and shooting
Lose
the high
bottom
10s.
super. Ready,
Absolutely,
BRC4.
10.5,
Take BRC4.
10.6
Put
is
it,
what he's
please.
shooting. The good part for
Yeah.
India is that Gurpreet has moved up into third place at 108.1, got a 9.4 on the previous shot. But the two Kazakhs are in trouble. Yunus Isachenko. 10.1 for Safari, 10 for Alanzi. Yunusmitov gets a 10.
9.3
What does
Rai.
Isachenko get? He gets a 9.8, which means it could be trouble here because both the Kazakh shooters were in that elimination zone.
Hey,
In fact, it's going to be
Kazakhstan.
Isachenko who might just have to bid adieu to this final.
Yes,
the
the
one
word
who's
number
getting-
5 is
who's
out.
getting
That's a great story coming in, and even at the top of the order, we see Gurpreet has gone up to second. He was in the danger zone, and Jeetu Rai is slipping after yet another low 9.
So we're seeing quite a few upheavals in this final. The bronze medalist at the Asian Games in Doha, the Kazaki Isachenko, has been eliminated. So this is trouble. Shooting a total of 117.6. Isachenko's gone now.
Ready 4.
Yes, and he just won the quota for the Olympic Games at the World Cup in Gabala in August. Won a silver medal there, Raman.
Difficult to predict, Digvijay. I think you wouldn't want to predict the winner of this final.
Very fickle sport, I must tell you. And,
Ready, BRC1,
and when you keep
take
watching it
BRC1.
regularly like I do, half the time you
Okay.
got your heart in your mouth.
This new format has definitely made things
score?
very interesting, and the battle goes down to the wire with every shot having a possibility of changing the
You're not
outcome.
putting him. Oh, it doesn't matter. It didn't come.
10.5 for Jeetu Rai. That's a good shot in. Safari gets a 10.1. That's the first time he's shot a low 10 in the last
we'll
7
see after
shots.
this round.
9.3 for Alanzi. Gurpreet gets a 10.5 as well. That's a good shot in. Yunusmitov's 9.8. So Gurpreet still looking to hold on to that second spot.
Yes, it seems like a fight between Gurpreet and Jeetu Rai for the silver medal, because the Iranian right now is 2.6 ahead of Gurpreet Singh, and Gurpreet has just a 0.1 lead over Jeetu Rai.
Remember, double gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games in 2010, Gurpreet went on to win a gold in the pairs event and the team event as well.
And nerves of steel. Earlier this year at the Munich World Cup, he was in the rapid fire final. He was going for a quota. He came fourth, just missed out on the quota. The next day he went and won the quota in air pistol, which is not his pet event.
Alanzi gets a shot off early, 10.5 for him and 9 for Jeetu Rai. Safari for the first time slipping out of the 10s, a 9.3 for him. Yunismitov gets a 9.1.
Who's getting? Somebody's getting
Gurpreet holding back. He's got a 8.9. That's a rough shot off.
Take BRC2, put G2
This was the chance, Raman. This was the chance to catch up with Safari, who for the first time in this competition has actually slipped. But both the Indians, Jitu Rai with 9, Gurpreet with 8.9, have let him off the hook.
Ready to? Out.
So Yunismitov now exits this final. Another Kazakh shooter eliminated. Rashid Yunismitov of Kazakhstan shooting 136.8. The other Olympic quota holder for Kazakhstan is out of the race as far as the podium finish is concerned.
The good news for India is that both are out, but no one expected the leader at the moment would have been an Iranian who has nowhere been close to the quota as well, or to the top of the air pistol rankings.
It can still change, it can still turn around.
Earlier this morning, Raman, we saw a junior shooter actually not register a score. He completely missed the target.
And that happened in qualifying as well as the finals for the Japanese shooter. Safari gets a 10.2. Jitu gets a 9.2. He'd be disappointed. But what does Gurpreet manage? Because remember, Jitu and Gurpreet were tied for second spot.
It's to fire. Ready?
Gets a 10.1. That's a good shot off for Gurpreet. And that will help him hold on to that second spot. Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, there could be trouble here. Because Alanzi is shot a 10.3 as well. And he's now moved into the second spot. Gurpreet has slipped down to third. And Jitu Rai is in the danger zone now. He's in fourth.
Yes, and we were all focusing on this battle between Gurpreet and Jitu. The shooter from Saudi Arabia has clearly been on a storming run of late. And not too many know much about him, but he has reached a World Cup final. If you reach a World Cup final where there are about 150, 160 participants to reach the top 8 and then play the final, that means he has it in him to threaten. And in fact, that's what he's doing. He's threatening to upset the Indian apple cart.
Oh yes, this 27-year-old has been the surprise package of this final. This next shot will determine whether Jitu Rai stays on. Alanzi shoots a 7.2. Oh, cracking under pressure there. 10.2 for Safari, 10.1 for Rai. What does Gurpreet manage? He's holding on, 20 seconds to go. He gets a 10. That could be the turnaround that the Indians were hoping for.
Yes, it is. Jitu Rai survives, and Al-Nazi, who was in pole position to actually progress, has actually shot a very, very low score of 7.2, Raman.
Okay, we'll have to follow him.
And that is the end of the road for this young challenger, the 27-year-old Atalla Alanzi. Oh, he'll have to make his way off this final shooting range.
Raman, be honest, did you expect this to happen?
Not in my wildest dreams.
No one can believe it.
Take 4, put it.
There's still hope for Gurpreet and Jitu then. But the Iranian has a massive, massive lead at the moment. A lead of more than 3 points, and in 10-meter air pistol, that's a lot.
Yes, 3.3 to be precise over Gurpreet Singh. That's the leader in your picture frames.
Ready, BRC 3 or 4.
Jitu Rai slipped down to third.
What a final this has been, Raman. What a final. No one expected this.
Could the next 4 shots see another twist in the tail?
The audience is into it now. They are cheering the shooters. Let's see who can hold their nerve with all the noise around.
9.5 for Rai. He got his shot off early. 8.9 for Safari. 9.9 for Gurpreet.
It could still change. It could still change, Raman. But the difference is down to 2.3 right now.
Yes, he made up 1 point there, did Gurpreet Singh with that shot. 8.9 is what Safari got, and he's looking disappointed. Jitu Rai knows that this could be a bridge too far between him and Gurpreet Singh as well, because there's a difference of 1.2 between Jitu, who's in third, and Gurpreet Singh, who's in second. And this next shot will determine which one of these two, Gurpreet or Jitu, stays on for the gold medal hunt.
Yes, it could only be his second medal if he ends up in third this year.
Take BRC1, score him, the leader.
This is the leader, of course, Safari Borojani of Iran. Shot a poor 8.9 in the previous shot.
Can he handle the pressure? Has he ever led a competition before? It all boils down to that at the moment as he focuses on that target.
He gets a 10.3, 10.9 for Rai. And the pressure is now on Gurpreet, who gets a 10.5.
Unfortunately, Jeetu will have to leave us, but he's going out with the best possible shot in shooting.
Put a score, please.
Yes, he's gone out, all guns blazing, quite literally. Jeetu Rai gets the perfect score, but that is going to be the end of the road for him. He'll have to settle for bronze in this 10-meter air pistol final.
Okay, then he'll have to change it to bronze medal.
This is in fact the last competition of the year for him.
Okay, change bronze.
The first time he's shooting at home. Ends up with the bronze medal. Everyone here perhaps thought that he would fight for the gold, but that honor goes to the other Indian in this fray, the other Olympic quota place holder, Gurpreet Singh. And what a story, Raman. A rapid-fire shooter who's actually won the quota in air pistol, and since then he's been preparing for air pistol. And look, he's in the game.
Oh yes, he is. Now what's the difference between him and Sefer Safari Borojani? 2.1. That's what the difference is between Gurpreet's score and the Iranian shooter's score. The last two shots of this final coming up now.
Gurpreet has to focus, get off the best possible shot and hope that the Iranian shooter cracks under pressure. That's the only way, Raman.
Gets a 9.3, does Safari. Gurpreet, he's got 28 seconds left on the clock to get a shot off. It's an 8.7. Oh, the pressure is taking its toll, but it's taking its toll on the Indian shooter now.
At the moment, Gurpreet Singh clearly now looks to have settled for silver medal, because the lead which the Iranian shooter now has on him is pretty massive. It's 2.7 at the moment. That means that the Iranian will have to end up shooting something like a 7.9 or an 8 for Gurpreet to respond with a really high 10 to even think of getting on the top spot on the podium.
But stranger things have happened in shooting as well, in the finals, on the final shot. You remember them, don't you, Digvijay?
And we saw one this morning as well.
Absolutely. The last shot to decide the gold medal.
If he pulls this off, Raman, this is the upset of the tournament. Rank outsider, rank outsider.
The 23-year-old from Iran, Sefer Safari Borojani, gets an 8.9. Now, that's good enough for him to hold on to the gold medal, because even if he gets a 10.9 Gurpreet, it's not going to be enough. He gets a 10.5, that's a good shot in, but he will have to settle for silver, Gurpreet.
Ultimately, the lead he built up, the Iranian, the lead he built up, despite the last two shots, that was good enough, and he wins by 1.1. Gurpreet Singh, another creditable performance from him. This is not his pet event. He will settle for silver medal. But once again, this fickle sport has given us much joy this afternoon, Raman.
And a bit of heartbreak as well to the likes of Jeetu Rai and Gurpreet. But you'll have to give credit to this young 23-year-old Sefer Safari Borojani of Iran. Tips the home favourites to the gold medal.
Yes, the national coach there, Pavel Smirnov, congratulating the silver medalist, Gurpreet Singh.
Loose.
All the Indian officials making a beeline for him. We can't seem to see Jeetu Rai right now.
Final scores, please.
But he will be very, very disappointed.
Okay, ready for?
Ravinder Singh, the president of NRAI.
Okay.
Quick
Put the final
handshake
scores, please.
with Gurpreet there. Professor Sunny Thomas there as well.
Yes, the former national coach of India was instrumental in setting up the shooting program.
And that's a look at the final standings. Sefer Safari Borojani of Iran clinching the gold medal in the men's 10-meter air pistol event final with a score of 198.7. Not the highest of scores that you'll see in a 10-meter air pistol final, but good enough to take gold medal.
Yes, perhaps he shot the best he could. The Indians, in fact, could not raise their game perhaps when it mattered. Too many nines, and that is something, call it perhaps the end of the season. They already got the quota place. Maybe they're trying out something else. They obviously would have wanted to be on the top of the podium. Both of them would have wanted, Raman.
Okay, we'll take a short break.
Omkar Singh will be disappointed as well. He was the first to be eliminated. So that's the way it is, the confirmation of the standings. We've still got a lot more to hear from Ronak
We'll
with
take a break,
Sunanda
Raman.
after this break.
Raman, we'll take a break. Okay, out, ready, red, roll red. In 4, 3, 2, 1, go break, go break, go break. Okay, now I'm having the first highlight, Somnath. First highlights of the day. From red? From blue. How long is it? How long is it?
Yeah, I'll just tell you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
First highlights of the day. It's 9:05.
Okay.
9 minutes 5 seconds.
It's complete with everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then why is he giving me a blue? This. It starts with this.
Yeah. इसमें क्या है? 1 sec. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Paramji, it starts with this.
Okay. Or Safari would do. He says Safari would do. Yeah. Are they going to discuss? We are not running the highlights. We are supposed to play the highlights, no? Okay. So then you should tell them, no,